the man talking. She knew that if she did, she would see the eyes of the demon, orange and glowing. Terror assaulted the child's senses. She could feel evil surrounding her, smell it and taste it, and if she dared to look, she knew she would be blinded by it. The man the child believed to be the devil himself returned to the shadows just as the other man lunged at her father and gave him a hard shove. "With your throat slit, you'll not be making speeches," he said with a harsh laugh. Her papa fell to his knees and was struggling to stand when a knife appeared in the attacker's hands. An ugly, mean laugh permeated the foyer, echoing around the walls like 100 sightless ghosts screeching at one another. The man flipped the knife from one hand to the other and then back again as he slowly circled her father. "Papa, I will help you," the girl whimpered as she reached for the pistol. It was heavy and as cold as if it had been lifted from the snow, and she heard a clicking sound when one of her chubby fingers slid through the circle underneath. Her arms were outstretched and stiff, and her hands trembled with fear when she pointed the weapon in the general vicinity of the two men struggling. She slowly started to walk toward her father to give the weapon to him, but stopped abruptly when she saw the stranger plunge the long, curved knife into her papa's shoulder. The child screamed in agony. "Papa, I will help you, Papa." The little girl's sob, full of terror and despair, penetrated the harsh grunts of the two combatants. The stranger lurking in the shadows rushed forward to join the tableau. The struggle ceased, and all three men stared in stunned disbelief at the little 4-year-old pointing the gun at them. "No!" the devil screeched. He wasn't laughing any more. "Run, Caroline! Run, baby, run!" The warning came too late. The child tripped over the hem of her gown as she rushed toward her father. She instinctively grasped the trigger of the pistol when she fell, and then closed her eyes against the explosion that reverberated as obscenely as the demon's laughter throughout the foyer. The little girl opened her eyes and saw what she had done, and then she saw nothing more. Chapter 1. England, 1802. Gunshots shattered the silence, disrupting the peaceful ride through the English countryside. Caroline Mary Richmond, her cousin Charity, and their black companion Benjamin all heard the noise at the same instant. Charity thought the sound was thunder and looked out the window. She frowned in confusion, as the sky above was as clear and blue as the finest of fall's days. There wasn't a single angry cloud in sight. She was about to comment on that fact when her cousin grabbed hold of her shoulders and pushed her to the floor of the hired carriage. Caroline saw to her cousin's protection and then pulled a silver-pearled pistol from her drawstring purse. She braced herself on top of Charity when the vehicle came to an abrupt halt along the curve of the roadway. "Caroline, whatever are you doing?" The muffled demand came from the floor. "Gunshots," Caroline answered. Benjamin, seated across from his mistress, readied his own weapon and cautiously peered out his open window. "Foul play ahead," yelled the coachman with a thick Irish brogue. "Best wait it out here," he advised as he hastily climbed down from his perch and raced past Ben's view. "Do you see anything?" Caroline asked. "Only the groom hiding in the bushes," the black man replied with obvious disgust in his voice. "I can't see anything," Charity remarked in a disgruntled voice. "Caroline, please remove your feet. I'm going to have shoe prints all over the back of my dress." She struggled to sit up and finally made it to her knees. Her bonnet was around her neck, tangled in an abundance of blonde curls and pink and yellow ribbons. Wire-rimmed spectacles were perched at an odd angle on her petite nose, and she squinted with concentration while she tried to right her appearance. "Honestly, Caroline, I do wish you wouldn't be so vigorous in your need to protect me," she stated in a rush. "Oh, Lord, I've lost one of my glasses," she added with a moan. "It's probably down my gown somewhere. Do you think they're robbers waylaying some poor traveler?" Caroline concentrated on the last of Charity's remarks.